Joyce, if we start off with you, and obviously with your role at Oxfam, what do you think characterises effective leadership?
I think it's probably not one single trait. So I think there's a number of things that characterises effective leadership in my view. I think a bit like what your son was saying with the clarity of vision and mission. And I think it's really important to be able to get people behind you, have really clear goals set for people to understand what it is that they're doing. And to make sure that actually the work that you're doing kind of centres on the overall purpose, the why am I here? So I think being able to set a clear direction and to be able to motivate and inspire people behind that makes up, really effective leadership. I think emotional intelligence is massive, and I think it becomes bigger, especially now with kind of hybrid working, and I think more and more kind of technology capability. I think leaning into the human-centric aspect is really important. So, empathy, really listening in. So I think that's really key. I think being able to navigate ambiguity, but also lead teams to navigate ambiguity is a really important one as well, from my perspective. And also being able to show up with a kind of lens of diversity in the teams that you have. So what are people bringing to the table? What's different? What are new perspectives? What are new ideas? I think it's about empowering others too. So that's really important. Obviously we've kind of moved away from the command and control era of yesteryear. And I think really now it's about, how do we make sure that, others are standing in the forefront? How do we make sure that they're being developed as well? I tend to course correct if I feel that I need to, but I'm really happy to just kind of give very broad parameters. I really like the team being able to come up with their own creative ways of solving things and innovation as well. So that's probably my take on it.
Amazing. And Chris, before we come to you, because I'm really interested in getting your perspective as well, there's some things that come to mind from the points you made, Joyce, around some of the social styles and empathy and actually the softer skills that actually leaders should have, but also the technical area. It came out that from what you believe that there are a set of future skills that leaders need to be quite confident in. But while you were speaking, the word ambiguity came to mind, and then you mentioned it. So, given that, Chris, from your perspective, what makes effective leadership, and given what Joyce has said, do you resonate with that? Do you see something in parallel to that, given the world of work in SaaS and cloud and technology today?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the thing that unites every industry and every organization and every product we sell is the human beings that work in our businesses, right? And I think that's something where leadership is definitely got some work to do. If we think about traditional leadership, as you said, there's still a bit of a way to go in that space for sure. But recognizing the humanity of it all, I think, is a key part of it. And a key way to do that is for leaders to show up as the human being they are in the first instance. But that just allows so many other things to happen in terms of feeling like you can empathize, you can be authentic, all of the stuff we say when we talk about leadership. But on the ambiguity bit, I think, Joyce, you mentioned it, you're absolutely spot on. Leaders need to be good at dealing with ambiguity, but I think the other skill they need is to not cause it. So I think where leaders perhaps need to develop a skill, and it's a skill, 10 years ago it was a skill of the future, we're in that future now, it's a skill of right now, is storytelling. So the ability to tell compelling stories about the vision, the mission, where it makes sense for the context of your business, for the people in your business, and in the sector that you're in. Because I think leadership, broad brushing it and saying this is good leadership, I think will only get you so far. I think it's very contextualized, but I think sitting at the heart of all of that, just to kind of clarify, is the humanity of it all. That's the thing that we need to always keep front and center of mind.
Great. So that I think both of those points and perspectives are really helpful. I think for just combining those two thoughts together, actually this is very much about leadership styles. Everyone will have a unique style of leadership, and actually even the people you're empowering day to day will effectively have requirements and needs that are quite individual. So from a leadership perspective, what I'm hearing is to be effective, you have to have both the soft and the technical skills, but also the empathy to be able to understand the people that you are working with and the requirements and demands that they may have, in the, given we have different generational styles, different styles of working, and also different skill sets that are emerging.